Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So if you haven't checked it out, check out my video of the same two products highlighting the Blackberry Z10 and 5 features of it that I like that the iPhone couldn't do. So now we're going to move on to the iPhone 5 and tell you 5 things that we like about the iPhone 5 that the Blackberry Z10 is lacking at. So the first thing is one that you really can't see, you actually have to hear it. And the T-Mobile iPhone 5 offers HD calling. Now this is a T-Mobile Blackberry Z10, but there's no HD calling on there, and you can definitely tell the difference when you're talking to someone with another iPhone. And that's kind of the catch right now. They have to be on another iPhone 5. But if you happen to experience this, HD calling on the iPhone 5 with T-Mobile is fantastic. It's unbelievable how clear the calls are. And that's something that the Blackberry Z10 does not have. I actually speak to people on my Blackberry Z10, and I talk to my wife on her iPhone 5, and it doesn't sound the same when I'm not using my iPhone 5. So HD calling is definitely a plus for the T-Mobile variant of the iPhone 5. Now, another thing on the iPhone 5 that I enjoy better than I do on the Blackberry is this right here, the keyboard. Now, it's not that I like the keyboard better on the iPhone 5. It's just that the iPhone 5's keyboard is a little more accurate, and that's a good way to say it. So taking a look at both, the Blackberry Z10's keyboard, it's better spaced, it's bigger, it looks great, but as far as the way you use the Blackberry Z10 keyboard, it takes a lot to get used to, because you have these swiping gestures where you can swipe up if you want to grab a word, and they sell this to you. That's one of their selling points about the keyboard, and it's a fantastic idea, but it's kind of difficult to get used to. And the iPhone 5, you can pound them out, and the T9, basically, word corrections on there are a little bit more accurate than the Blackberry Z10 in my experience. So the keyboard. Also, the next thing I want to talk about on the iPhone 5, which is better than the Blackberry Z10, you kind of have an assistant with this, because it has what's called Siri. You can tell Siri anything, and it'll pretty much give you a very accurate answer. With the Blackberry Z10, there's applications that you could purchase to do this, but that's kind of a default thing on the iPhone 5. When I think it's a really good thing when I'm using my iPhone 5, I really enjoy just telling Siri, schedule me an appointment at 4 o'clock. Now you can do that on the Blackberry Z10, but it's not as intuitive and it's not as accurate, and there's a lot of spell check that needs to be done, and it's picking up different words. So Siri is definitely a plus, and they've really fine-tuned that on the iPhone 5. Now, another thing on the iPhone 5 that I thought was just, Android is the only competition when it comes to this, and Android has better applications by far than the Blackberry Z10, but the App Store. The App Store in the iPhone 5 is by far one of the best app stores that you could possibly get into, if I can find it on here. The App Store it has so many applications. It's unreal of all the things that they have on the App Store. They have I shouldn't say millions, they had billions of downloads, but a lot of people complain about the App Store for the applications that are in the store. Like, a lot of them are BS, and you know what, I have to agree, but it's still better. The App Store is still better than the App Store on the Z10. BlackBerry World is it's new, and it's gonna let me turn off Wi-Fi. That's why I'm getting these slow speeds here. But the BlackBerry World App World, it's just okay. It's things in there that I feel it should have, like all the banking applications. I think those should just be a given. I think the banks should start creating some applications quickly for when they know that there's a new platform coming. I think they should really get in there and start trying to get things created. But the BlackBerry World looks great, but it just doesn't have the app selection of the Apple App Store, and that's just one of those things that it'll come along, but it'll be a long time before it catches up with the iPhone 5, the App Store, because there's a lot more support for Apple than there is for BlackBerry right now. So that's one of the fourth thing I wanted to cover, because the iPhone 5 is much better than BlackBerry in that aspect. The next thing is the camera quality. So I took some pictures, the same picture, with both phones, and let me fire those pictures up here. And I took just basic. I took a picture of something, and what I found was that the BlackBerry's camera, while nice, it is an 8 megapixel camera. It just wasn't. It was a lot. It came across a lot brighter. The pictures came across brighter on the iPhone, or a little bit more clear. And you can see here, this is the same picture. I took it in the same spot, and it just looks better on the iPhone 5. The camera on the iPhone 5 has always been great. You can see the color saturation. You see how it's different on both cameras. So the camera on the iPhone 5 is still, even the iPhone 4S is still a great camera. So the camera on the iPhone 5 has rivaled so many, and it's come out on top in a lot of ways. And now the options on the camera, they're minimum, but really what you care about is the quality of the picture. And the quality of the picture on the iPhone 5, it just does fantastic, man. It's just a great camera, and there's no denying it. The iPhone 5 has one of the best cameras on the market. So those are 5 things that the iPhone 5 can do, or I feel that are better than the Blackberry Z10 in this video. If you haven't checked out the video on the Blackberry highlighting 5 items, go ahead and check that out. And for now, those are the things I like about the iPhone 5 better than the Blackberry Z10. And so we'll go ahead and do a size comparison since we're here. This is 9 millimeters versus 7.6. And you can see this is a 4-inch screen and a 4.2-inch screen. But the Blackberry Z10 is a lot wider, so it looks like it's a much bigger phone. But you can't really tell the difference as far as thickness, but the weight is a little different. It's a couple of grams heavier on here, but they're both very lightweight devices. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining me, and I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.